I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I also want to give double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, as well as blessings unto the elect of Yasha'Allah. Also, blessings and salutation unto the Akim out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, preaching and prophesying through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in truth and sincerity, as well as the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nations, but are of the nation of Israel and their father's side by blood. And Lord willing, this is edifying. Kind of pressed for time, but Lord willing, I'm able to get everything out, and once again, Lord willing, that is edifying. So I was reading in Proverbs 19, which is a beautiful chapter. Got a lot of different points in there, and it provided a lot of different insights on many different things. And one of the things that stuck out to me, I'll see if I can remember exactly where it's at. Well, I can find it in my sword too. Open up that book, man. The internet gone. This is what you gonna have. And also what's in your spirit. That's what it is, because they're trying to get rid of the books too. Why I keep going to 11? Maybe it's verse 11. No, verse 11 is what I went over earlier. Here we go. This is Proverbs 19. I might have to read Proverbs 11. I keep on saying that. I'm gonna try to read that before the day's out. Proverbs 19 and 17 says, "He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Most High, and that which he hath given will he repay him again." Yeah, and it's so of course it goes into monetary. It can be monetary, but also when it comes to this truth, when it comes to this word, because the Lord said He's not going to forget our labor of love. So when we're out there preaching and prophesying unto the poor, which is our people, the ones who, because it says what? That we're rich in faith, right? So the ones who don't have that faith in Yahweh Shai, or have that hope, have lost hope, okay, we give that unto them through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, and it allows them to be rich, all right? And like I said, pretty much the Lord will recompense you, okay? Now, hey, call out Yabashim outside. The spirit get to going. Now all of the precepts is starting to come to my mind. That's up here. We'll start over here. This is Matthews 10 and 7. It says, "And as ye go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand," because that's what provides hope to our people, not Christianity, not Islam, not Egyptology. Letting our people know that the kingdom of heaven is at hand, because it says, "Through the terror of the Lord we persuade men." All right, because we've been given false hope and false ideology when it comes to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Well, that in that sense, we wasn't given those names. They gave us Yahweh, God, Jesus, Yeshua, yeah, whatever, but they didn't teach the name Yahweh, and they didn't teach the name Yahushai. All right, and just as when you read within Acts and you go back into those times, they didn't want them to teach in the name of Yahushai, man. Okay, because it comes with a doctrine, it comes with a record, it comes with a reputation, it comes with principles, man. Okay, it comes with principles that time and era didn't agree with, and this time is the same. They don't fully agree with it. All right, and but at the end of the day, that message in the gospel is that the kingdom of heaven is at hand, right? It says, "Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give." It's no financial ties to this, man. You know, uh, we don't get paid. We don't get checks. We don't get grants. We don't get what's that shit? 501c3 charters, tax exemptions, and all. Man, we just go out there and teach the word of YAHAWASHI as He commanded. You don't gotta pay for breakdowns. You don't gotta pay for garments. You don't gotta pay for lessons. You don't gotta pay. And what I'm saying is the Lord allowed us to have this word, and it's our job to go out there and sow the seeds, man. Okay, that's our job. To whom much is given, much is required, as the scriptures say. All right. So I'm jumping to 2 Corinthians chapter 9. I'm gonna go to 6. It says, "But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully." Because you get out what you put in when it comes to this truth, man. All right. Now, different brothers are on different levels. You got some brothers that can do a lesson a day. Some brothers do a lesson every other day. Maybe some brothers do lessons 3 times a week. You got some brothers who do multiple lessons throughout the day. It's what's on your spirit, man. Even now, I'm like, damn, I gotta go to work. I gotta do this and that and that and this before this. But I'm like, really, this truth should come first, man. You're gonna reap what you sow. You know. So if you want to have a plentiful harvest, then you got to be putting in that work. Okay. Now, of course, it comes with sincerity, which we'll get into in a little bit. It's not like, well, if I do this, then the Lord. I'm gonna be honest. I have those thoughts at times, man. But it ain't about that. It's about, if I help this brother, then what the Lord said He'll pay me back. Hey, sometimes He'll pay you back with what you paid, or sometimes He'll pay you back in a different way. You might help a brother out, and the Lord will pay you back with grace, man. All right, He might pay you back with grace, man. I had a fire precept dealing with that earlier. Man, where did it go? Man, I gotta find it. I know it's in there, but I gotta keep going. Man, I'm gonna find it. But you never know how the Lord. He just say He'll pay you back. He didn't say I'm gonna pay you back exactly with what you have. No, I'm gonna pay you back according to that measure, though. I wouldn't mind being paid back in grace and mercy. Shit, this fiat notes is nothing. We just using it. We're just passing through, man. It is a defense. Money is a defense, But at the end of the day, we're just passing through. We're looking to be we're looking to have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding over rubies, diamonds, and gold, man. All right. So let me continue on. It says, verse 7, every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for the Most High loveth a cheerful giver. So I want to get a couple definitions. I want to get that grudgingly. All right, because as you see, it says sorrow, pain, grief, annoyance, affliction, a person's mourning, like you're doing it mournfully, like you really, you really don't want to give, you really don't want to help, you really don't want to do it. You're just like, here, That's why it said He loveth a cheerful giver. It's like, man, hell yeah, I got you, bro. Because you allow, you're allowed. That's an opportunity that the Lord is providing for you to help out another brother, to give charity, show charity, that you can cover a multitude of sins. Not saying it's for that, because at the end of the day, we're supposed to look out for one another. We're supposed to bear one another's burdens, man. All right. To help get rid of the selfishness, okay, and help you consider the body. That's what it helps build. All right. It's not ultimately about covering multitude of sins, but it's the right thing to do, man. It's that virtue, that moral goodness. All right. Shit, here we was in the world, we was doing whatever, to whomever, however, but coming into this truth, man, it's obligations, it's restrictions, and it's obligations. And that's why a lot of people don't want to follow YAHAWASHI as they ought to. So don't give grudgingly, don't give mournfully. Don't give if out of spite, pretty much. It says, or of necessity, right? Necessity imposed either by the circumstances or by law or duty regarding to one's advantage, custom, argument, calamity, distress, and straits. Let me see if there's another word. I thought it was a different word that came with that. I guess not. Maybe it was the NLT that I had read. One of them has said something to do with pressure, But yeah, I mean constraint, must, needs. Dang, where is that word at? Maybe it was the etymology of it. I'm gonna mess this word up. Trust and believe. I always do. Did I get it? Nope, I was missing an S. Necessary and successful, and necessarily always hurts me. It says constraining power, circumstances, compulsion, the opposite of liberty. Yeah, so you're obligated in the sense of you're forced to, in a sense. All right, a condition requisite for the attainment of any purpose, obligation, duty, condition of being in need, want of the means of living. Necessary. Let's see what they got. Required, essential. Yeah, I mean, so at the end of the day, here, let's see what the NLT say. Matter of fact, before I move on, I thought I seen the word pressure somewhere. It says, you must each decide. There we go. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 9:7. You must each decide in your heart how much to give, and don't give reluctantly or in response to pressure. Like somebody give, and then you feel like you got to give more. But even in the sense of when it comes to this truth, right? Oh, this brother put out, I'm about to try to keep up with this brother. No, you give according to what you can give, man. But don't do it grudgingly, like, fuck, I gotta do a lesson, I gotta hit the highways. Like, nah, man, hey, or out of pressure. Man, I better hit the highways or they're gonna think I'm not in the truth or I'm not. It's like, man, no, you gotta do this in sincerity. Let's look up that word cheerful real quick, because that's what he asked to be given in. All right. Or the Most High loveth a cheerful giver, cheerful, joyous, prompt to do anything. What is that? What is that? What's prompt? Of an event or fact, cause or bring about an action or feeling, induce, make, move, cause, motivate, lead, dispose, persuade, incline. Just like when women get induced when they're a little further along, or then they're supposed to be within their pregnancy, or they need help, right? They need a little push, you know. They need a little push to get them going. To lead by persuasions or other influences, breaks down to lead into, you know. So going back to it, that's what the Most High love a cheerful giver. It's just the right thing to do. That should be motivational enough. It shouldn't be, well, that's how this society do it. They'll do whatever they want Monday through Saturday and feel like because they give tithes or go to church that wipes away their sins, and it doesn't work like that, man. We gotta be doing this in sincerity and in truth. All right. It says, so in the sense of, hell, Alazar, man. He was just on the camera for what he wanted to be on the camera for. He wasn't here being a cheerful giver. He got what he wanted to get out of it, and now look where he at and what he going through, man. Because you can't mock the Heavenly Father. Okay, he's the ultimate mocker. He's the ultimate scoffer in a sense. Verse 8, it says, and the Most High is able to make all grace abound towards you. That's what I was looking for. It's not in Proverbs. It's here in Corinthians. Call all YAHAWASHI. Yeah, by you doing what? Being a cheerful giver. By you doing your part in truth and sincerity, man. I'm not going to be able to finish all of this. But um, Lord willing, I'll get back to it later. But it says, and the Most High is able to make all grace abound towards you, that ye also having all sufficiency in all things may abound to every good work. The Lord's going to provide you with what you need. All right. If you don't have internet, you can walk to the library if you don't have a car. You can catch the bus to the library if you don't have a car, but do your part, man. And that's what I'm understanding more and more and more and more and more and more and more as of late, man. And it feels good. It hurts. It's beautiful pain, It's just like working out. Yeah, you sore, but you working the muscles out. They're going to do what they're supposed to do. All right, that's what the fiery trial is, man. You gotta go through the burning to get out them impurities. You gotta be made whole. You gotta be made pure, or else the Lord has no use for you. So if you scared to get out in that fire, how you ever gonna be cleansed of your impurities? How you ever gonna get better? How you ever gonna level up? You know. It says, as it is written, he had dispersed abroad, he hath given to the poor, his righteousness remaineth forever. So, man, I might have to read this chapter too. But, man, I'm gonna finish it on this. I got to. So this is Matthew 19 and 27. It says, then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahawashi said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, talking to his disciples, right? Judging the 12 tribes of Israel. This also goes down to the 144,000 as well. Okay, being the government body of the kingdom to come. It says, and every one of you that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake. That's the very important part. Not for your own will and your own selfishness, but for the Lord's name's sake. All right? You don't get to just leave your family because you don't want responsibilities. No, your family might leave you because you have responsibilities towards YAHAWASHI, man. But that's a loss. That's something that you had to give up. They left you because you didn't have time for them. You couldn't go to family vacations. You couldn't do this and do that. Your woman, oh, you ain't got time. You always with the bros. You doing this, and I don't believe whatever. However, man, as long as it's for the name's sake. It says, shall receive 100-fold, just as Job. Job is a representation of the elect, man, because Job kept his integrity and he lost everything, and the Lord gave it back 100-fold and better than before, man. All right. Even doubled his life, if I'm not mistaken. He definitely extended it for a great period. I think he was able to see his grandchildren or something. It says, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. And that's what it is, man. You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to give up things in this truth. That's just what it is. And call all y'all BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI for a sacrifice, man. All right? Because we didn't did enough. Man, the Lord's given us grace and being compassionate towards us, man. We didn't did enough. Man, we're blessed. I don't even want to use the word lucky. We're blessed to have this knowledge, man. And as it said, freely ye receive, freely ye give. So we got a job to do. To whom much is given, much is required. We got to make sure we're sowing bountifully, man. All right, the Lord is giving. He's given everybody the field that they can he's giving everybody a plot of land that's able for their working, man. You shouldn't have no blank spots. But the thing is, you don't even know how big your field is. You don't know how big your plot of land is. So you just got to keep working to make sure it's filled. So when he comes, right, when it comes time for harvest, okay, that everybody can be fed, man. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises once again. Salakia. With that, once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Once again, double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders, and great millstone. And Lord willing, you was edified. And Lord willing, we allowed to endure unto the end. And hey, Shalom.